Good morning, good morning, good morning, Grand Rising. Coming to you, Miss L Presents here in Atlanta, Georgia. Today's update is on the bunnies and where we are right now. The morning chores every day are to come out and make sure that the bunnies have food and water. I actually need to go to the feed store today to go and get some more feed for the rabbits because we are plumb out. But just giving you guys an update. So we have first our older bunnies, and these were Sugar's kits that she had. Oh, these are about 2 months old now. And in about another month, maybe a month and a half, they will be ready for butcher. But they are absolutely adorable, and they grew out really, really well. In doing some additional research, I am finding that I needed to maybe wean them. I weaned them at about 3.5 weeks, and I realized that now that might have been a little bit too early. Not because they haven't grown out well, but because just the standard practice in the meat rabbit community is to wean them at 4 to 6 weeks. So my bunnies moving forward are going to stay with their mamas for a full month. And then she will be rebred. And then about 2 weeks after she is rebred, we'll move them off. Start to move them off at 5 and 6 weeks. Oh, somebody's got hops. And so these are Sugar's first bunnies of the year, and I'll show you Sugar in just a moment. This is Sugar. She is one of my good mamas, and Sugar has new kits. So back here, Sugar's got new baby bunnies. She's got one little tiny runt that's in here somewhere. But Sugar actually had 12 kits with this kindling, but these guys are growing out so fast, some of them. Like this one, look, I mean, if you look at how big this bunny is compared to like this one, like that one is much smaller. She had 12, 8 of them were still alive. She had 8 of them in the box. And then she had 4 of them. Look at how big that guy is. She had 4 of them. Let me say that again. She had 8 of them she had in the back of the box where she had actually set up the nest. She had another 2 of them sort of in the front of the nest. There was a little dark runt in here too. I don't know where he is or she is. Oh, here he is. This is the dark runt. So I have one white runt and one dark runt. And those ones I probably will sell because I just don't have a need for them here on the homestead. But she had 8 of them in the back. She had 2 of them up here in the front, and they were not covered. And then she had another 2 out here. And the 4 that were out here died overnight. And when I came out the next morning to check on them, the other 8 were still alive. So because rabbits don't have the ability to pick their kits up and move them, I had to take the dead bunnies and to dispose of them, and then make sure that the other kits were still good. Let's see here. That is Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown is the papa, the buck that bred these bunnies here, and also Salt's bunnies over here. I have 2 bucks right now, Mr. Brown and Brownie, and you'll see Brownie in just a minute. But I'm going to be moving down to a 1 buck system. I'm going to be working with 5 does and 1 buck, which is a lot of baby bunnies to have to deal with. But I would much rather be feeding bunnies than feeding bucks who are only providing services. So this is Salt and Salt's kits, And I'm gonna skip over to flower next because I wanna show you the difference. If you can see how big, or how small actually, Salt's kits are. And then if we come over here, Salt and Flower actually had their babies the exact same day. And Flower's kits are noticeably larger than Salt's kits. So where the majority of these bunnies are gonna go to the freezer, for lack of a better way to put it, if I do need to take any of these bunnies to replace the girls in the breeding program, I would probably take Flower's kits because she tends to be a really good mama and she tends to have really large babies that grow out fast. Or I would take kits from Sugar because she has large, very, very large litters. So if she was able to keep all 12 of those kits that she had, that would have been the biggest litter that I've ever had here. And would have been very, very good for, you know, being able to raise out a bunch of rabbits all at once. This is Brownie, and Brownie is my other buck. He is the father of Flower's kits. And sometimes Brownie he's a good buck, but sometimes he takes with the doe, sometimes he doesn't, sometimes it takes a couple tries. And so actually Mr. Brown is bred to Coco here, and she just had kits last week or earlier this week, and her kits are there. So I usually try to breed 2 does at a time, so that way they have their kits usually within a day or 2 of each other. That way if one of the mamas is not taking to her kits or handling her duties very well, I can try to take her kits and put them over with another mama if necessary. So that's the update. Yeah, that's it for today, y'all. I thank you all for joining me again on this update. And yeah, you all have a great day. Grand Rising. The weekend is here, so hopefully you have some great plans. You're getting out to enjoy some wonderful weather wherever you are. Take care. See you on the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And kisses.